Hey y'all, it's Early Career Academic, and in this video I'm going to be reorganizing and cleaning my messy office. Honestly, since my son was born and just after we moved into this house, this has become a catch-all room. Like, my planner cart is a total mess. My bookshelves just have crap crammed onto them, stacks of crap paper, gift bags, books I need to reshelve or give away, files. I've also been keeping just a huge stack of memorabilia from my kids' lives that needs to be sorted and organized. There's random stuff on the floor. This is my work desk that's a total mess, and the cat's litter box in the closet. And then just miscellaneous baby things. So this desk that I'm pulling into the room to start with is actually a desk I've had since I think middle school or high school, but it was in my parents' house for the longest time, and my sister even used it when she was living with them. But they gifted it back to us when they redesigned their house, and it was living in our bedroom. But there's really no use for it there, so I have this extra chair that I also got from them, and I want to kind of set up an area where I can keep all of the postal stuff and gift wrap and things like that, just to have a space to create gifts, write letters, everything related to that's been shoved onto my bookshelves in random places. Most of the time I have no idea where the tape or the scissors are. And these are boxes that I was gifted from the Buy Nothing Facebook group. I just needed some more storage, and I saw this pop up and I was like, please pick me. So what I'm doing right now is moving all of the stationery items from the bookshelves to this little desk and deciding, what am I going to donate? What am I going to keep? Which drawer am I going to put it in? What makes best sense? I have to admit, I'm looking a little rough in this video. As you may know if you've been watching my videos, I am recovering still from a stomach bug and madly grading a million papers and writing a paper that's due actually a couple days after I shot this video. But one of the goals I had for spring break was to get this office in order, and although I didn't get to tackle most of my spring break goals because of the illness and because of my teaching and research obligations, I did want to at least get this checked off the list so that I could go into the rest of the semester just feeling better about my workspace. So that's what I'm doing here, is just setting up the gift wrap area and trying to decide where am I going to keep everything and what not to keep, as the case may be. I also got this round mirror was located in some other part of the house, but we redesigned some of where the mirrors were hanging, and so I think I'm going to hang it on the wall above this desk and make kind of another gallery wall, because I have a few other things that I'd like to hang up there that I realized after I finished organizing this office. So here I'm going through my gift wrap. These are bags that we were given, and I'm deciding, how should I keep all of them? Should I stack them in a certain order? Most of them are really nice. I only keep really good quality bags to reuse, and even then sometimes they don't quite make it because they get squished. But I waste not, want not, as they say. So it was nice to go through and see what I had. And as I'm going, I'm kind of also dusting and cleaning, because I definitely haven't been doing that because everything was so crammed onto the shelves that I could barely clean the dust off of it. So I'm kind of working as I go. But yes, this office has all our memorabilia stuff, our scrapbooks, all my planning stuff, all my work stuff, all our gift wrap supplies. This is the other side of the room, so I changed the camera angle so you could see my bookshelves and my little gallery wall above the area where I shoot my planning videos. And right now what I'm doing is kind of taking items off the shelf and taking a moment, as I said, clean the shelves while I was doing this, but kind of trying to decide what's going to go back on the shelf, what's going to go somewhere else. Is there a better container for these things? I realized I had craft paper spread out across both these sets of shelves. So I'm trying to decide here, how am I going to store it? Should I store it up here, or should I store it downstairs where we actually do crafts? I think I ultimately will move it downstairs, but I do end up putting putting it here in a box on my shelf later on. And these are our files where we keep like old tax returns and like receipts and stuff like that. We did go through that before we moved, so I was feeling pretty good about it. But I did realize one of the tax returns that was just lying there on the shelf from 2023 needed to be put back in there, so that's what I'm doing. And here what I'm doing is going through these stacks of paper. These were the sales paper for our condos, my husband's condo many years ago and my own condo recently before we moved into this house. So I'm trying to separate them out to make sure if we need to consult them again, you never know, that they're ready to be consulted. And I'm just putting all of the important files down at the bottom along with our fireproof safe where we keep our birth certificates and whatnot. And this old Tiffany's box, which I think was a box left over from a wedding gift. I kept like arts and crafts for myself supplies in there, like my paints and my pastels. But in the end, I decided to put them in a different place. But for now, they're in that Tiffany's box. And these are our temporary files where we keep things related to taxes. We keep some stuff related to the kids' medical care in there. Right now our will is in there because we haven't had the opportunity to have anyone sign it. But I'm thinking actually now, even though I stick them at the bottom of the shelf in this video, I'm thinking of hanging back up the little file holder, the wall, like it's a wall organizer that holds files. I put them in the closet because I wasn't sure, but I'm thinking temporary files should go ahead and be on the wall. Because they're just not as accessible, or I put them and we need them more often throughout the year than we do some of this other stuff. Right now what I'm doing is going through a stack of memorabilia related to my kids and separating them by child. That includes birthday cards, birthday cake toppers, baptism programs, you name it. I've just been throwing it in a big stack, and that is not me. That is not normally what I do with that kind of stuff. So here I am separating it out by child. And then ultimately what I do is I put these files filled with their things in the bag where I have my daughter's baby book, because that isn't quite finished. It's almost finished. And then there's my son's book that I have to start after that. So I'm way behind on that stuff. Thinking that will be a summer me goal, is to get those books in order and to get that memorabilia into those scrapbooks. And then I have to come up with a better system. Like, if I'm going to keep this stuff moving forward, it's not going to go in the baby book, obviously. Like, do I want to, how do I want to keep it? I've heard people get file boxes, one for each kid, and they have little like hanging folders for each year of the kid's life. And in that's where they put like their birthday invitation and their school programs and whatever, their artwork and so on and so forth. And then they gift these boxes to their children at some age appropriate time, which sounds kind of cool. Like, maybe that's what I'll do. I don't know. Other people, they just go totally digital. They take pictures of everything and then I guess somehow collect all those photos together for their children to look at. But I don't know, sometimes it's nice to kind of hold like your birthday party invitation when you were 5, So here I'm going through the books on this shelf. Some of these books are TBR. Those are the ones that you see me putting up on the shelf again. And then some have to be reshelved downstairs because I've already read them, or gifted to people I know who would like them. And some I'm definitely donating. I don't have time to mull over books that I just am not interested in. Not anymore. So you may also notice me putting these trophies up on the shelf. I don't know if you could see it in the upper left-hand corner. My parents, as I said, purged their house recently, and they found these trophies, one of which is the trophy I got for being on the all-star softball team. We were the all-star team the way that California did it anyway, and then we played against like whatever the best team was. And it was a great experience. I had a blast. So I really just kind of like that memory. The other one is from a beauty pageant, believe it or not, that I entered into because my aunt used to make baptism gowns and first communion dresses, and she wanted me to advertise them in this beauty contest. So I got runner-up and like most beautiful eyes or something like that. I don't think I'm gonna keep this trophy, but I also don't know what to do with it. Like, I feel bad just chucking it in the trash. I don't know, maybe my daughter will play with it. I don't know. So I just stuck it up on the shelf. I might stick it in my steamer trunk where I keep like memorabilia from my life. So that might be where it ends up ultimately. But for now, I just stuck it at the top of the shelf to figure it out later. As you can see, it's coming together. The shelves are still packed, and to your eyes, perhaps, it doesn't look super organized, but it is much more organized, I promise you. And here is what the room looked like at the end. My camera died before I could show you how I organized my planner cart, but it is officially organized. Everything is up off the floor and on a shelf or in a pile to be donated. I walked into it this morning and just smiled. I'm just so happy with it. I'm so glad I did this. This was just a huge win for me. So thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments if you liked this video, and I'll see you back here soon. Take good care.